Hello friends, I'm Pastor John, pastor of Sellersburg United Methodist Church, and this is What's Up Wednesday for Wednesday, July 16th. I'm out here, it's a little warm, but I thought it's such a nice day. There is a little bit of a breeze, and I just thought I'll meet outside and join you out here today. Before we get started on everything going on this week, I did want to share with you about Flocknote. You may have heard about it already. It's been in my weekly email, it's been in the bulletin, it was in the newsletter, but it is our new communications app. It's not really an app, it's a website, but it works sort of like an app. And so Flocknote is the way what we are using to communicate with all of you and keep you all up to date. It's our prayer chain. We're using it for communications for the different groups we have in the church, Bible study, Sunday school, all those kind of things, as well as general church messages. Like letting you know that the deadline for our newsletter is tomorrow. So if you have articles for our newsletter, they're due tomorrow on the 17th. Things like that, and letting you know when the next newsletter is done and ready to be read. So all those kind of things come out on our general messages for everybody. And so we'd like everybody to join in with Flocknote so we can communicate effectively with everyone. So I thought I would just take a minute here and share with you how to do that. There are two main ways. Of course, the third way is just call the office. If you really, none of this makes any sense and you're not technical, but you do get text messages and or emails, then you can call the office and we'll figure it out for you. But here, give this a try. So the right way to do it is to go to a website. And that website is on the screen there. It's sellersburg.flocknote.com, and you can do that on your phone, you can do that on the computer, or on a tablet or anything with internet. You can go to that website, and when you go there, it shows you a screen on the front of the screen and asks for your name and asks for your cell phone and for your email. You can put just your cell phone in or just your email or both, whatever you are willing to do, and get messages sent to you from. So once you do that, then you go to a second page where you can select all the different lists and groups that you want to be notified about. So if you're a part of one of our Sunday school classes, it's Janet's or Gary's, it's listed there. Or if you have children in the children's program, that's listed there. So you can sign up and get emails for that group. If you're coming to one of the weekly Bible studies, those are listed there. If you want to receive prayer chain messages, those are listed there. You can click prayer chain and you will get all the prayer chain messages. What this does is it allows you to select the things you want to get, not select the things you don't want to get, and you can come back in and change it at any time. So here's the technical part of that. So that was not too hard. Put an address in to your browser on your phone or on the computer, and then add your name and your email and your phone number, select the groups. The third thing is that they want to verify that that's really your phone number. So if you put your cell phone in, you need to have your cell phone ready. You might be already on your cell phone, but you need to have your cell phone there and hit OK, and it'll send a code, a 4-digit code to your phone, and you'll see the message come up. You'll click it, it'll say this 4-digit code is 4567, whatever it is, and then you go back to Flocknote and type 4657 in, or whatever code they give you, and hit enter, and it'll go, great, we now believe you that that's really your cell phone number. And if you put an email address in, it'll do the same thing. It'll send an email to you with a different 4-digit code, and so you'll take that code and put that into Flocknote, and it'll say, great, we believe you that that's really your email address, and then you're done. And that's all you have to do. And that's the nice way to do it because, like I said, you get to select which groups you want to be a part of. However, a much simpler technical requirement option is to simply sign up for our prayer chain. So you can do that by sending a text message. And so the instructions are there on the screen for you. There's a phone number which is only 4 or 5 digits. It's a small phone number. It's what they call a short code. And so that's where you want to send the message to. And then the message you want to send says SUMC prayer chain, right? Just spelled exactly the way you see it there. Capital, lowercase, doesn't matter. You just want to send that message, SUMC prayer chain, to that number that's there on the screen. So you're just sending a text message. So if you've done that before, it shouldn't be too hard. You send that text message and it automatically signs you up for the prayer chain. Then what will happen is I will see that come up and I'll see this random phone number assigned to the prayer chain. And so I will track you down. I may actually send you a text message from my phone and say, hey, thank you for signing up for the prayer chain. Who is this? And then I can add your name to the account myself manually, and then I can add you to whatever other groups that you might want to be a part of, or I think that you want to be a part of. So that's a simpler way to do it. You just send a text message. Several people have done that way and it's worked perfectly for them. And like I said, if neither one of those make any sense, we can add you manually. But it's better if you do it yourself. It just feels more legitimate that way. So that's Flocknote in a nutshell. And so I just want to let you know that, because Remind, if you heard of Remind, that's the group that we had before this, the program we were using. That really was an app. And we're no longer using Remind. So we have officially now stopped using Remind. We are only using Flocknote. So I would really like to get everybody connected so that we can communicate with everybody effectively. It may come in handy. We've had once or twice, even since I've been here, where we've canceled church in the middle of winter because of snow and ice. And wouldn't it be great to be able to communicate with everybody and get the message out effectively and quickly for things like that? So that's all there is about Flocknote. There is a lot of things going on in our church this week, and several things, of course, that are still on break. Choir and Wednesday night Bible study are still on break. They will be on break until sometime in August, and so there's nothing going on this evening here at the church. However, Friday morning Bible study is meeting this week on the 18th. They're in week 2 of their study of Acts of the Apostles. That is a wonderful study that we're going through the book of the Acts of the Apostles and studying different chapters and parts of it. We'd love to have you be there. It is something where we discuss a different section every week, and so it doesn't matter. I mean, if you missed week 1 last week, it's okay. You'll be right with us this week. We're not building as we go along, at least not too much. So we'd love to have you come any Friday morning that you can. We of course are going to take a break, as I'm going to be out of town for the next 2 Fridays after that, the 25th and August 1st. I will not be in town. However, we are meeting this Friday morning and downstairs in the church basement of room 2 at 10 a.m. on the 18th, this Friday, and so we'd love to have you be there. Of course, the men's group is meeting every Saturday morning, and we'd love to have you be there and be a part of that. They meet every Saturday morning in the fellowship hall at 8:30 a.m. and they have a great time. They have breakfast. They have a time of sharing prayers and concerns and a wonderful discussion. I know some of you think, 8:30 in the morning on a Saturday, that's way too early. I can tell you that some of us feel that way sometimes too, but if we make the decision to get out of bed and actually show up, we always feel renewed and invigorated and are glad that we did that. So I would encourage you to take a Saturday and get up, get out of bed, and come in and join us. I don't think you will regret it at all. All right, so that leads us back then to worship on Sunday morning. We have, of course, Sunday school with 2 adult Sunday school classes and Sunday school for kids starting at 9 a.m. We'd love to have you come and be a part of one of those groups if you're not already. And then that leads us back to Sunday morning worship at 10:15 a.m. I have to leave right after our church. In fact, I rearranged the order of worship a little bit this week, and I'm going to leave during church. The travel agent who booked our flights booked me into a 12:45 p.m. flight out of Louisville. And then the Kentucky Department of Transportation decided that they're going to close I-65 all through downtown Louisville all weekend. And so I cannot just drive straight down 65 straight to the airport. I have to go around and take the loops and do that. So I have to add another 10-15 minutes on my trip to get there. And so I'm going to leave a little bit early after the sermon, but before the end of worship this week, in order to make sure that I get there and get on the plane and start my trip. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to share next week. I will be in Bristol on Wednesday, and that's in England, and so I will be able to share with you a little bit about my trip and where I'm at and how things are going. And then, of course, come back, once I'm back and get it all organized, I'm looking forward to a four-part sermon series in September, where I'll be able to talk a lot about my trip in these 4 days of visiting all of John Wesley's, his birthplace, where he preached, where he lived in London, where he went to school in Oxford, all those things, and share them with you, and talk about his faith and talk about your faith and my faith. So that's all coming up in the future, but for now, that's what's up this Wednesday. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you have a great day, and I hope that you have a blessed week.